Alright, so last episode, as you can see, we played some of our best football we have played so far in this series. So winning every game you're going to see fairly comfortably, setting ourselves up for today's episode. You can see by the thumbnail and the title, we're going to try and win the treble today in the series finale. As you can see, we beat Juventus fairly comfortably here in this game. We then took on, Milan here, who we did score against early. And we've got a second goal here. As you can see, these games we just steamrolled every team we played, mainly because they played straight at the back and we could easily get goals against them. But even teams that didn't play straight at the back, including Liverpool in the Champions League, I believe this was the quarter-finals, if I'm not mistaken. No, the round of 16, if I'm not mistaken, actually. We took them on here, and we absolutely demolished them in Liverpool at Anfield, scoring a third there and adding a fourth later on with Makoko coming on and getting a goal for himself there to knock Liverpool out of the Champions League. We then took on Leipzig, where Ndidi got the easiest goal he's ever going to score in his career, and Leipzig was similar. We absolutely demolished them in this game here to set ourselves up to try and win the Champions League this season with a great goal there from Soleil, making it 3-0. But let's get into today's episode. As you see this last goal here, we're going to get into what could be a treble winning season. Let's get into it and hopefully continue our form that you just saw we had last episode. And to kick off today's episode off, we're going to take on Atalanta in what's going to be our final played game of the Serie A season, hopefully, because if we do win this game, we will be crowned champions with 5 games to spare. There are currently 6 games after the season. This is one of them, and we've got we're currently 17 or 18 points clear top of the table. And if we win this game, there's only 18 points left to pick up, so we will be guaranteed to win the title. If we win this game, like I mentioned. Let's get straight into this one, up against Atalanta, who have beaten previously fairly easily, and hopefully do the same, and have a fairly easy and great start to the episode by lifting our second league title in a row. Matthias Soler, who's taken out, no he's not, he could have gone down for a penalty, and I wish he did. So that would have been a yellow card for, I believe, Ian, and a penalty for us. But he stayed on his feet there, unfortunately for us. It's going to be a corner. Dovvik can't win the header away. Ball now looking to play through Matthias Soler, who's looking lively in this game already, and there's a goal from him 10 minutes in. The Argentinian who's looking lively in this one, like I said. It was a 16th goal in 28 games in the league. He's had an insane season, even better than last time out. And he scores here to make it 1-0 to us, and that goal will see us be crowned champions of the Serie A for 2 seasons in a row. Like I said, we won the first league title for Roma since 2001 last season, and we're going to go back to back by lifting it here when we do win this game. And see, after this one, we will have the Coppa Italia final as well, and so we'll beat Milan in the first leg of the Coppa Italia semi-final fairly comfortably. We're going to sim the second leg, and after that as well, we have the Champions League. Well, I believe before that actually, we have Man City in the Champions League semi-finals, which hopefully will beat them and go through to the final. And to Dovvik, looking for the run of the but he just didn't make it for some reason. I don't know why he stopped. But I can win it back and feed it through to Dovvik here. He's got Casuno against him, but Dovvik don't know how that went badly wrong, but it did. But the ball can win it back. Lovely ball through there to Dovvik, who this time can try chip spot yellow and can't win the second header. And we should be crowned league champions of Italy for a second time in a row. There we go. It's been a really boring game. Atalanta, once again, have just done nothing against us in this one. They've had 0 shots. They've had all the possession. They've just been passing the ball around most of the second half. But let's cut to the trophy lift. You may not have seen much of this game anyway. You may have just seen the goal and a couple of attempts on goal from us. But let's cut to the trophy lift and see us lift our second league title in a row. And like I just said, you may have seen maybe 3 or 4 clips from this game. The goal was hitting the post and some other stuff other than that. Because like I said, Atalanta just didn't do anything against us. They just, in the second half, just passed the ball around over and over again in their own half, despite losing the game, and just wouldn't attack, and for whatever reason. But it seems to be the case in this game. That's what the AI do. They just maintain possession. They don't really attack on Ultimate and Coppa Italia Mode, etc. All of that turned on. But Dybala here lifts the league title for a second season in a row. So last season it was Cristante, I believe, who lifted it here, or someone else. I'm not too sure who it might have been that lifted it. But we do lift the league title for a second season in a row. Let's get into the semi-finals of the Champions League up against Man City up next, and hopefully beat them in the first leg and send us through into the final of the Champions League, then win the Coppa Italia, and then end the episode by lifting the Champions League as well. And here are the first leg, at home in Rome. First here, Roma v Manchester City, us v most likely Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. I don't think he's been sacked as a manager due to him probably win the league with them last season in this series. But let's get into this one here, up against them, and hopefully win the first leg fairly comfortably, to sim the second leg, then get into the Coppa Italia final, and then hopefully lift the Champions League at the end of the season against either Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid. Most likely will be Real Madrid, who also we did beat earlier this season in the league phase of the Champions League in a 1-0 victory. So we have the number against them. Let's get into this one though, and hopefully knock Man City out of the Champions League here. Clearly different kind of Manchester City than we were expecting to see. Like I said, no Haaland, Rafinha and Lookman. So it depends, obviously, who is the manager and the type of player they're going to play. But it seems they are playing the height as Giovanni does foul a play there, but we didn't get a free kick. And Matthias Saleh. Back here into Dovvik, who for some reason has pressed up there with the ball up. Free head to Kone, who makes it 1-0. And Claudio Kone has been so good in that box-to-box midfielder role, being able to burst into the box there. Obviously, I don't think he could have box crusher as a centre mid, but the box-to-box role kind of works similar to that. I don't want to try to box crusher roll out on a CDM at some point, but if we did use that in the series, it would be very similar to the way Kone works in this team. And he scores there, gets another goal for himself in the series, rifles it into the top corner, into the roof of the net in there, past Donnarumma, and puts us 1-0 up here at home in the Champions League semi-final first leg. And Rodri to Rafinha, ball through to Lookman. Wesley, good defending there from him. Sule, good work. Oh, that's overran there. Giovanni gets it. There's Omar Marmoush charging through. And that's such a frustrating goal to concede. That's such a frustrating goal to concede. It is what it is, man. Sule, who is onside. Matthias Sule, denied there by Giovanni. It's going to be cleared by Donnarumma. Lucky he didn't hit his own defender there, and that could have been a ricochet own goal, which would have been great for us. Man City just so defensive now to get in that goal. Diao. Ball into the box. Looking for Sule, who was open, but Rodri wins it, and Dovvik hits it, and it's 2-1. And Dovvik just found some space there on the edge of the box, and the ball fell to him. And he shows why he shouldn't give him the space to score, or the space to get a shot away, because he will score and puts his back ahead in this game. And it seems like it's going to be pretty much a goal fest in this one. It's going to be a shootout between the two teams. Whoever scores first, or whoever scores the most, wins this one. As we take a 2-1 lead here, scoring into the same side of the net again for this time. No, with Dovvik getting the goal, we take another lead in this one. Hopefully this time we can hold on to it. Moving forward. Here's Rafinha. Plays it back there to Rodri, who whips it in, looking for Marmoush. And Man City are attacking against us, and I like to see it, man. I wish every game was like this, where the AI actually do attack against me. But for some reason, they don't. Diao here to Quadricone. The baller. The Dovvik. The baller. Into Diao. Great play. Diao, can he make it 3-1? And Diao makes it 3-1. We're just passed our way through Man City style, or tiki-taka style in a way there, through the defence of Manchester City, and we take a 2-goal lead in this one. A solid Diao getting another goal for himself in this series here. He's been such a great player in this team, by the way. We know how good he was in FC26 in the Como series, and in a way he's probably been better in this one as he's higher rated now and stuff like that, but obviously he was great in that series as well. But he's just been incredible in this series as just an inside forward, getting into these positions and scoring goals left, right and centre. He only has like 73 composure, but he never misses in those situations. And he scores to give us a 2-goal lead here in Rome against Man City, which was to see. The ball up. This could be 4. It's through to a solid Diao, who's denied by Donnarumma. The ball just didn't fall for him there. It just kept bouncing awkwardly. Ball through here to Lookman. And Svilo, what a save. Okay, for Foden. Whips the ball into the box here. Rodri couldn't head it goalwards. And Rodri this time does head it goalwards and scores. it's just frustrating again. It's another frustrating goal to concede, but Man City are back in it. We just couldn't deal with the header. It was Wesley and then Ederson who couldn't get the ball away in the air against Rodri. And they're back in this one, but can we get a goal straight from kickoff? Can we instantly reply? No, we can't, because Raum, who's been incredible in this game for them. Lots by Kone. And the ball through. Dovvik, one-on-one, kind of with Donnarumma. He shoots and Donnarumma makes a save, and it's going to be a corner for us here. One into the baller, and Raum picks it off him, but the baller gets it back. The baller now, great turn. The baller shoots and the baller scores it. It's 4-2. The captain, as we look at whatever this blue screen is, but the baller there scored a massive goal for us in this tie, puts us 2 goals ahead again. I think I am going to sim the second leg because, well, we should beat City in the second leg because we're beating them here. And this game's been actually enjoyable. Man City have actually attacked me and scored goals against me. You know, I've actually had to defend. Now, actual chances and stuff like that. I mean, they've not been great. They should be better with the team they have, but they've not been bad. But the baller here scores to make it 4-2. A great goal there from him. And the captain puts us ahead. And hopefully that is the final goal of this game here, because a 2-goal lead headed to the Etihad is massive. I was hoping Dovvik would have been there. But there we go. It's a 4-2 victory. And like I said, I will sim the second leg at the Etihad, and we should be through to the final of the Champions League to face Atletico Madrid, as it isn't Pep Guardiola who's manager of Man City. Interesting. That might be why they actually were a little bit harder to play against. They've got a new manager. Interesting. But we beat them here at Rome at home in Rome to send us hopefully through to the final of the Champions League. And next up will be the Coppa Italia final. Let's get into that one and hopefully lift that trophy for a second season in a row. And as you can see in the Coppa Italia final, we're taking on Napoli here. A team that have been a fairly easy team for us to beat in this series, well, most did. We've had a game or two against them last season when they were a bit of a challenge every now and again. But let's get into this game up against them and hopefully win back-to-back Coppa Italia titles that we just did with the league title. And after this, we're going to get into the Champions League final, which is going to be up against either Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid. I'm not too sure who it is just yet. I didn't have a look. But we'll have a look after this game and see who we're taking on in the biggest game of the season after we hopefully win the Coppa Italia. Napoli, that Man City game actually was a bit of a challenge at times, mainly because they actually attacked against us and actually had to defend, but attacking wise it was still pretty easy. Other than Ben White intercepting there, we would have been through instantly. Miguel Gutierrez, the Spaniard, was in looking for McTominay, who puts it wide of the post with his header. Yeah. He's up against Ben White, so he's got the pace advantage, played through, and he might be onside it, and Diao shoots, and why did he go with his left foot? Why did he go with his left foot there? The ball was on his right foot, shot across the goal, far corner goal, but he switched it to his left there for some reason, last second, and Pickford made the save. And Carlos Augusto, the baller. That was a delayed pass, and Diao will probably be offside because of that, and it is the case, and that is so frustrating. Because I timed this pass perfectly. Matthias Soler stills it to Baller. Soler now, great pass to Paolo. Go Baller, and that's 1-0. Ever since McTominay put the header wide of the post in the opening stages of this game, we've been all over them in this fun. You may have seen one or two highlights that we've had, where it's been just, well, trying to get the ball forward, intercepted, and we get it back in midfield, and we go again. It's just been constantly recycling the ball backwards to go forwards, and we finally find a way through. Matthias Soler with a pass to find Paddy the baller, who actually saw is not the captain for this game either. Suilar's the captain. I decided to give him the captaincy again so he can lift the trophy. Just to give him that recognition he deserves. So last season he won when he lifted, I believe, did he win lift the Coppa Italia for us? He lifted a trophy for us because he's a great goalkeeper for us in this team and deserves to have a moment to lift the trophy. But the captaincy will be for the baller when it comes to the Champions League final. See him lift a trophy that's eluded him, that he could have won at his time in Juventus but couldn't do so. Why was that a free kick against them? But what happened to our players earlier wasn't Morez. I've got to be careful not to give a pen away here. Morez or concede a goal, Noah Lang, and there we go. Just before the half-time break, Napoli get themselves back level. Right on cue, great something again here. Soler through to the baller. The link up that worked for us last time. The baller trying to get it across there, but Wakema intercepts, and the baller gets it back. And he didn't pass it. How's that not a free kick? Soler goes still. Ederson to Kone to Diao, who also has been very quiet in this game. But a ball over the top here from Dovbyk. With Sonny Diao, who takes his time and finds the finish in off the post there. And Sonny Diao puts his back ahead. I did feel like kind of giving the captaincy to him in this game here because he just deserved to lift the trophy. But I felt like if I needed to make substitutions, he's one of the players that I do take off to bring on Sima than the left-hand side of the team. And Diao here took his time there on his right foot there, right-footed goalwards, in off the post, beating Pickford for power and pace at the near post, and a little bit of luck there, coming off the post and going in, instead of ricocheting off it and going back out. And we take the lead back in this game. And this deserves to be the case. We've been the better team in this game. Napoli have been good against us, I will give them that. But the question is, are they going to find a goal back again? Ederson steals it back. Get the ball out of our own half now. Ibanez wins it back. There we go. Now hopefully we can bring the ball out of our own half. Ederson, good strength. Through here to Dovbyk, who's throwing goal. And Dovbyk could seal the Coppa Italia for us, and it's done so. Hopefully anyway. A 2-goal cushion. There's a massive lead for us in this game. Over an hour into it, 64 minutes in this game here played. And Dovbyk, after getting the assist for the Diao goal, gets a goal for himself. With a great time run for the centre. As the defence tried to play him offside, he perfectly timed everything to be onside and had more open space with no one behind him to cause him any issues. And Dovbyk makes it 3-1. That's a big goal for us in this game to take a 2-goal lead, as I mentioned. But we need to stop them getting straight back into this game from the kickoff. Romelu Lukaku. Ibanez, good challenge there. Scott McTominay back to Lukaku. And that's a great challenge by Ndika, but it falls back to them. And here's Riyad Mahrez, who got the assist for the first goal, but Carlos Augusto steals the ball off him. And Napoli look like they might get another goal, but it's going to be caught there. Let's cut to the trophy lift. A 3-1 victory over Napoli and a back-to-back Coppa Italia win for us, which you'd love to see. And like I said, here we are for a second season in a row, not only lifting the Scudetto for a second time, as we just saw, but also lifting the Coppa Italia, which we'd love to see. And hopefully we're about to see the same scenes of Paolo Di Bala stepping up as the captain to lift the Champions League. Obviously right now it's going to be Emilia Sila lifting the Coppa Italia for us for a second season in a row. He didn't have much to do in this game. Obviously when he was called upon, he did concede a goal, but he's a great goalkeeper for us. Obviously one of the best goalkeepers I've used in this game so far. And he celebrates by lifting the trophy here. No clean sheet for him, but overall didn't have much to do. And when we did call upon him at times, he did do great and has done this whole series. So he deserves this moment right here. Let's get into the Champions League final. We see that man to his left there, Paolo Di Bala, lift the Champions League, as he much deserves to do so for our incredible player that he has been throughout his career. Alright, so here with a chance to win our 8th trophy as Roma manager. So we won 2 league titles, 2 Coppa Italias, the Europa League, the UEFA Super Cup, and also the Italian Super Cup since I took over here. And it's a chance to win the biggest one of them all, the Champions League, up against the Kings of the Champions League. Like I said, we did beat them 1-0 earlier this season, so we can beat them. And let's get into this game and hopefully see the Bala lift the Champions League here to end the series on the biggest high possible. And well, funny enough, you will see this game is taking place in the derby, or the stadium of their Madrid rivals. Atletico Madrid here, knocked out of the Champions League to get here. So a little bit of interesting, not sure what to call it there, that they're playing in there. They could see themselves lifting the trophy in the rival stadium, even though they're knocked out the rivals to reach this position. Obviously, we, in our heads, are the team that are going to win this, and that's how we need to go into this game, thinking that we're the only team that can win this game. As Trent gets the ball away there, and Courtois, who's it clear. And Alexander Arnold. Now into Kylian Mbappe, the man we need to keep quiet in their team. And here he is, Kylian Mbappe. Ball free to Vinicius Junior, and Sula makes the save there. But we've done it before, so we know we can do it again. And here we go. This could be the moment. The baller feeds through Diao. Trent has made the error, and Diao could make it 1-0. And that's going to be a penalty. Eder Militao gives it away. Pushing the back there as we was taking the shot from Eder Militao, forces Diao down. And don't think I've had a penalty in open play in this game in Career Mode anyway since it came out. I think the only penalty we've had, if I'm not mistaken, are from penalty shootouts. So the baller could put us 1-0 up here. Thibaut Courtois v Paolo Di Bala, the captain v the Belgian. Can he score? The baller does score. That's a big goal for us here. Militao. It's double jeopardy for him. He didn't get sent off, but he gives away the penalty, and we score said penalty to put ourselves ahead in the Champions League final against Roma. I don't think Roma have won a Champions League in their history. They won the Conference League a few years ago when De Boer joined them. I believe it was the same season or like the season after, not too sure. But I know that they did win the Conference League not that long ago. But since then, we've helped them win the Europa League, and we're now looking to help them win the Champions League here. Let's hopefully continue in this great form in this game and this season, and stop Madrid from getting goals and add more goals to this game. Arda Güler. Out wide to Trent Alexander-Arnold, but inside, blocks there by Carlos, because it's going to be a handball against us and a free kick for them, which Mbappe is stood over, which I still think is stupid. He shouldn't be over them. It should be like Valverde, Bellingham or someone, especially in this position where he needs to whip it in. Arda Güler as well. He's played it short and given the ball away. And the ball can release Soulé. He's got a Sonny Diao to his left, and he's going to try find it, but Trent blocks it. And we get the ball away again back to Dean Huijsen. I shouldn't have gone for the extra pass. I should have just tried going with Matthias Soulé there. When he just before the half-time break, plays it forward to Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe out wide to Vinicius Jr. And Vinny knocks it forward. Ball inside to Mbappe. Mbappe shoots, and Sfilo, what a save. And the referee is somehow giving them extra time in this half here. He was being lenient, letting them get that attack going, but they get the corner as well. And they're not going to score it, thankfully. For a second, I thought that was going to go in. Ball free here to De Boer, who can maybe score again here. De Boer shoots, and that's going to be saved by Courtois. Mbappe out wide to Vinicius Jr. And Vinicius more there. Thought he was going to cut inside, but it goes out wide. Now cuts it back to Fede Valverde inside, but no one's there. And thankfully, Kone was there. I Sonny Diao that touch, which wasn't necessary from the game. I'd literally let go of the sprint button just for that reason. I knew that would have happened. Bellingham finds Arda Güler, who is on side, but good defending there from us. Diao to De Boer, back to Diao, through to Dovvik, who is one-on-one with Thibaut. Courtois, and he's at the post. Good challenge there from Ibanez. And De Boer sets free Dovvik this time. Can he double the lead and secure the Champions League? Yes, he does, with a chipped finish over Thibaut Courtois. I went for that after design because I knew Courtois could have made the save, so I forced him to come out. And we managed to chip the giraffe of a human, the 6'6" Belgian. We managed to somehow chip him, and Dovvik doubles the lead here in Spain, in Madrid, to beat Real Madrid, hopefully, in the Champions League final. The Kings of the Champions League are being torn apart here from a team that have risen from their ruins, and that is Roma. Bellingham looking to drag Madrid back into this game, but good defending again there from Ederson. Ederson to De Boer. De Boer looking to get another goal for himself in this one. He's got Dovvik there for support. Now can he just get out of the way in a way? But De Boer, what a finish! He put everything behind that one. And Paulo De Boer makes it 3 here. The 33-year-old now 89 rated in the series smashes it off the bar and in. Incredible finish there. On his left, put everything behind that one. No keeper saving that. And that should be the Champions League sealed up here. Madrid have been a decent challenge. They've had their moments going forward, but Sfilo with that massive save kept us ahead. And in the second half, we pushed off that. If they scored that goal, with that shot that Sfilo saved, that could have been the moment that Madrid got back into this game, and in the second half came out with all guns blazing. But in the end, it was just that little fuel to the fire for us, that little warning sign that we needed to go out in the second half and do exactly what we have done. Watch. Trent to Mbappe. He tries getting inside. That's great defending now against them. And that's going to be the game called there. A 3-0 victory for Roma, who have well and truly built from the ruins that they were in. They have become European giants once again. And let's cut to the trophy lift and see Paulo De Boer lift a well-deserved Champions League title, which he definitely deserves after this performance in this game. And well, here we are for the first time, I believe, in Roma's history, lifting a Champions League. They won the Conference League in real life. They won the Europa League under me as manager last season. And now they get the prestigious Champions League to celebrate with. The 8th trophy I've won in 2 seasons as manager. as Napoli manager, as Roma manager. I've not lost a single final in this series. And Dybala lifts a well-deserved Champions League. And I will sim to November, by the way, and see if possibly one of our players can win the Ballon d'Or now we've won the Champions League. Dybala could do so. Matthias Saleh's up there as well. Obviously, ratings-wise, there are players higher rated than them that could do it, like Vinny Jr. and Mbappe, Haaland, who haven't won, this trophy and haven't had maybe the best seasons, but it tends to kind of take rating into consideration most of the time over performance. But let's cut to November, or we'll cut to the stats of the players first of all. Now maybe the outro if we don't win the Europa League, why do we keep saying the Europa League, win the Ballon d'Or, or if we see one of our players lift a well-deserved Ballon d'Or. And as you can see by the stats, we've got a few players that are Ballon d'Or worthy. Matthias Saleh with 27 and 19 assists, incredible from him, which is insane. 46 goal contributions in 56 games from him. Dovic 24 and 9, and Paulo Dybala 33 years of age, got up a +2 this season, which is actually kind of like a +5 because he went down from 89 twice to an 88. So it's technically like a 91 rated player in this series. If he didn't go down in his rating, he would have got up to a 91 if that happened, which would have been great to see. With 22 goals and 20 assists from him is insane. Moukoko was a backup player. Didn't really get as much game time this season as we have. We've simmed more games and we've played more high-profile games, so I didn't really take Dovic off as much. But Moukoko was great in this team. Maybe we could use him again down the line as an actual first-team striker in an RTG series or something like that. But a solid Diao. He, like I said, didn't have the best season compared to last season, but overall, he has been incredible. 12 goals and 10 assists. Ederson, what a signing he's been. 7 goals, 11 assists by Danzi, 10 and 5 as well from him. Oscar Bob, we didn't really get to see much of. Obviously, we loaned him out in Season 1, and Season 2 didn't really get the most amount of opportunities to prove himself. A player that I do really want to give the opportunity to, in this game at some point, to prove himself. Obviously, in the Man City series, couldn't do so. In this series, didn't really do so. So I'm hoping at some point in the future, we can sign him and use him. And by the way, if you're looking for a left mid who's cheap and very, very good, Abdallah Siyama, definitely try him out in your Chroma. He is incredible as a player. You didn't see him in today's episode, but him and Diao are very similar players, and honestly are incredible in game. Let's do the outro in a second. Well, I'll record an outro as usual if we don't win a Ballon d'Or, but you might quick to see one of these 3 players lift a Ballon d'Or. Hopefully, it will be Dybala who deserves it the most. So it's still a great performance as well, but Dybala being 89 rated, being 33, I'd love to see him win the Ballon d'Or in the series. But let's cut to that if it is the case, or the outro that I'll record just in case that doesn't happen. Now, if you're seeing this outro, that means one of our players didn't win a Ballon d'Or this season, which is unfortunate, but it means that we do get the outro here. And as always, if you're going to enjoy the episode, drop a like and subscribe. Check out the other content I do post on my second channel, which you can find linked in the description down below. Doing a Battlefield 6 campaign playthrough right now. Also, I'm going to be posting some Battlefield 6 multiplayer videos, etc. over there as well. At some point, I'm going to record something for those and whatever, if I have a great game. Or want to do like a commentary or something, I'll post it on my second channel, which I recommend you check out as well. I'm going to be more active over there with obviously Black Ops 7 and Battlefield 6 coming out. Well, Battlefield 6 is out, Black Ops 7 is coming pretty soon, which I'm hoping is a good game. With Battlefield 6 coming out, Call of Duty needs to be good, which I'm hoping it will be this year. But, you never know with COD these days. But as always, if you're going to enjoy the episode, drop a like and subscribe. Also, check out the Wolf series. There will be an episode of that out tomorrow. That'll be the next Career Mode series on the channel. We'll take over Wolves, who are currently, by the way, bottom of the Premier League table. That is why I do want to take them over. They're a team that's struggling massively. Look like they might get relegated, and we can take them to the heights you've seen Roma in this series with, and obviously the win in the Champions League, maybe the Premier League, etc. as well, the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, as many trophies as possible, and maybe a Ballon d'Or for one of the players in that team as well. But as always, thank you for watching. Drop a like and subscribe, and goodbye.